Okay.
All right, welcome to a special edition episode of Ignorant Takes Podcast, the Super Bowl reaction episode recap of what went down last night. Straight BTA belt to ass, man. Them Eagles, them
Belt
Eagles
to
came
ass.
out. They came out to play, man.
Called
So
it though. We called it on that episode though. We
yeah,
both
yeah,
look. We picked wrong in a sense, but we called what would happen if they were to win, and it was they was
yeah.
gonna win. It was had to be belt
It
to ass.
had to be the way that it happened for
And
sure. So
shit, I ain't think
because
it'd be
again,
this
I
type of belt to ass.
Actually, yeah, absolutely. And I was kind of glued, even though it was definitely it definitely had reminiscences of the Bucks game against the Chiefs a couple years back.
Facts.
But with that Pat Mahomes factor, it's like he's always in it until it's over. You know, it's not over till the fat lady sings, as they say. Um, but to get right into it, Jalen Hurts, man, balled out, balled out. That was my X factor. Um,
It was.
he
It
he
was.
he had to ball out. Yeah, he had one turnover, but it was really kind of a
It
he
was a good.
underthrew that ball. It was a good pass in the sense of the where it was going
You
was
gotta
a
credit the
touchdown.
defensive call.
Exactly, but he underthrew that ball. I think he took a hit to the legs or to midsection area. Like he was under pressure for sure, so he didn't get all of the
Yeah.
under there. So it wound up underthrowing the ball, interception. But man, that Eagles defense, I said it. The Eagles line on offense and defense got to win the game, and uh,
Come on, bro.
my MVP, my Finals MVP was either Jalen Hurts or Sweat.
Yeah.
Marcus Sweat
I figured
went
it'd be
nuts.
Jalen this go around
Hmm.
because we said it beforehand. If they win, it's gonna be because of him and what
Hmm.
he do, and he stepped up and made play after play after play. Like
Play to play.
they,
Hmm.
Saquon was held in check,
Yep.
but we knew that potentially was gonna happen because the Chiefs are a great tackling team. We mentioned that on the episode. Like
Yep.
these boys tackle.
Yep.
It is rare that they miss open field one-on-one tackles, and if they do, the rest of them is closing in, and they
Hmm.
tackle their ass. But guess what happened?
Absolutely.
Jalen made the plays that killed them, and that's where the offense was, and we said that was going to be. The other thing was just really, bro. They rushed four people, fam.
Four. In the
Four.
time that they rushed five, I think it led to one of the turnovers. I know they didn't have a lot of blitz packages.
Potentially,
It was a lot of, but it was
bro.
Bond, the linebacker.
That wasn't even
Right.
that. That was a
Yeah,
4-man rush.
that
Oh,
was a four. Okay.
Sweat pushed the left tackle. He bull rushed the mess out
Oh
of him
yeah,
into
put him
Pat.
into Pat. Yeah, yeah.
Because to be honest with you, Hollywood was open. The pass was correct.
Hmm.
Pat couldn't step up and throw it. Sweat
Yep.
pushed that man right back into him to where he couldn't even step up. I think on the replay it showed Pat's leg got stuck
Yep.
under his left tackle, so he couldn't
Similar
even
to the
throw.
Jalen Hurts interception.
Yeah, so
Even though that was
that was
the second one, and Pat Mahomes had two
yeah.
interceptions.
Cooper just made a play.
Cooper DeJean, as Gilly the Kid likes to call him, the black white cornerback.
Man,
He had a pick six, and he made a hell of a play on that ball. He read it all the way through. That wasn't underthrown over nothing. That
I
was
give him credit,
he
boys.
he played that ball
He
on
went to
his
he went to
birthday.
a terrible school, but that was a hell of a play.
That's for sure.
He went to a terrible
He went
school,
to
but that
terrible
boy's
school.
he can go.
Safety,
He
and
can go.
tight end, huh? Safety
Yeah.
and tight end.
Yeah, he can go
For
though.
sure.
That boy, he can go.
He can
And
go.
what I told you, that was remember what I said. I said if it comes down to it, if them young boys at corner step up and it's 1-on-1 and make plays, it's gonna be a rough day. And what happened? Both of them made plays, especially that. I was just we want to talk about it. It's just it just was manhandled, bro. Like you
Hmm.
they controlled the game, and then on top of that, they just like Pat was not comfortable, bro. Like dropping passes. D Hop got ate the turf monster because that was about to be a tutty at
Hmm.
least.
Hmm.
At least if it went a touchdown, it was a big play. It would have been at least about 40 plus yards because there was nobody over there.
Yep.
Turf monster got him, and he still kind of had a chance to catch it and dropped it. And we know he's as sure handed as can be.
Hmm.
He did get a touchdown later on, garbage time and all that stuff. But
Yep.
they started figuring out last minute. But it was at that point, the Eagles' pass rush was really just like, we up. We ain't about to go no more because we kind of really just like every time we get back there, bro, you're panicking. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, backyard football was for real. Pat was out there running for his life.
Oh yeah, for sure. He was sacked 6 times. The Eagles had 11 quarterback hits. So they were after him, man. He dropped back. He dropped back 32 times, and so 11 quarterback hits plus the 6 sacks. That's 17 possessions. So more than half the time he dropped back, he was getting hit.
Yep. And
Uh,
look,
or actually
I
more than that because of the attempts. Because there was times with the sacks you don't get the attempts. So
and what I
yeah.
said best is what hurt them, and I don't know why they did it.
Mhm.
Like the Chiefs ran the ball total. If you take away Pat's scrambles, they ran the ball 7 times.
7 times.
Like seven, bro. Like come on, bro. Like in that first couple of possessions, like them first two, they
Hmm.
probably. I think at once I don't really see them. They handed it off either out of I form, whether
Hmm.
it was under center or like literally handed off in shotgun and handed off. It was more like gadget runs where, like, come on, bro. Like it. They know what was going on. One of them, I think it was Juju, was running the route where he came back in the backfield and circled around, bro. Ain't no you not about to really. He's not attempt to go get the handoff or nothing. Like when it was worthy, they got to be worried about. Hey, that might be a jet sweep or something like that. You don't never know.
Hmm.
Juju running that route, bro. Come on, bro. He ain't getting that mug. So then when they ran that mug, it was tackle for loss. But like there
Yeah.
were 7 times, like in a time of y'all not getting some offense, whether you was getting 1 yard, 2 yard, you still had to give them the threat that you might run it because they did have a chance or two where it might have been like a couple plays, but it's like y'all didn't even let Pacheco or Kareem really even get a chance to do
Yeah.
it
Yeah. They
when you were
both.
moving slow.
Yeah, they both had 3 touches themselves each, 3 carries each. Kareem Hunt
Come
3 for 9, so that's 3 yards a carry. Pachenko 7 yards for 3 carries, so 2.3 yards a carry. And the fact that really the biggest part of that was the possession game, and we talked about it. The Eagles have to possess the ball. They outpossessed the Chiefs by almost 14 minutes.
that's a
So
lot of damn
36,
time.
36 minutes and 58 seconds compared to 23 minutes and 2 seconds. So almost 14
Right.
minutes, almost a entire quarter of play. Basically, they had more possession. So they did what they had to do, man. It's you made Pat uncomfortable. They contained him even when he got out of the pocket. He was still in containment where he couldn't
Yeah,
get
true.
magical. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't be Magic Pat. So those plays that they're in their previous because they played from behind a lot
Hmm.
throughout Pat's time.
If you
Um,
look at that stat, he
mhm,
was there 12 games this year. They were played from
playing
behind and came
behind,
back and won.
came back and
So,
won. So um, that and they're not allowing those momentum sweeps where
hmm,
Pat gets
facts.
free, throw something to Travis Kelsey for a big gain, big first down, 20
Wasn't
something
no big
yard. It
plays for
wasn't a lot of
sure.
big plays going on for the Chiefs. They couldn't really get anything going. They definitely should have ran the ball a lot more. They became so one dimensional, and
Yeah,
and that's what happens is when become one dimensional,
he
teams are
didn't give
able
him
to
no
run first.
threat,
No
bro.
threat,
Like
no threat, and they have
he
great runners. Kareem Hunt is a elite
bro, they've been
running back.
running the
Yeah.
ball a lot this season. Like it's not like they were like, oh, hey, it's occasional. No, they were running very good this year, bro. Like you just didn't hand the ball off to run. Like y'all
Mm-mm.
just gave up. Like y'all didn't even attempt it. Y'all probably ran the ball in the first two possessions 3 times total. Didn't even try to go back to it, bro. Like, yes, you have Pat Mahomes. Yes, you got some weapons out there, but bro, they're literally just 4 man rushing y'all. Like, bro, hand it off a couple times. Give him the attempt to run, bro. It wasn't none of that, bro.
Yeah, throw some screens in there too. I mean, they didn't have
Come
no
on, bro.
screen plays,
You
none
was
of that.
going for wide receiver screen, but nothing to the running back. Like, it not even like, hey, quick swing passes like they normally do. But like the effect that they didn't run the ball, the running backs didn't have no more than 10 carries combined is crazy. Like, come on, bro. The pressure is there. Like, even when you were down 10, run the ball a little bit, bro. Like even when y'all got out, even before he threw that pick, you got a play and it was like you got about like 7 yards. You got from being on like the 2 to like about the roughly the 10.
Mhm.
Run the ball. It was like second and 3. Run the ball. You decided to throw it, bro. Run it.
Yeah, this is and just coming to memory. This is the first time I think Andy Reid has really been outcoached.
Facts.
I
He was in
felt
a
I felt
headlock.
I felt he was super outcoached. I felt he didn't make any adjustments at all.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Sirianni doesn't. He just manages the game. He leaves his coordinators to do the play calling. Well, Dick Fangio had a hell of a game plan. And congratulations to him. This is his first Super Bowl. He's been in the league forever. Uh, and Spags, Spags over in the Chiefs, I felt was a better defensive coordinator, but Dick Fangio was like, nah, not today. So
They had the answer. You
yeah,
seen one person had more time in the pocket to make the right plays and right
absolutely.
reads. The other one was running for his life.
Yeah,
So
so
it
Andy
it
Reid, Big Red was definitely outcoached. Even in the Super Bowl that they lost to the Bucks, their offensive line was hurt. Not to make excuses, I don't feel like that Bruce Arians outcoached him that year. I felt
yeah,
that they still had a solid game plan. They just didn't have the pieces to deal with the JPPs and those guys up
for sure.
front. So, and they have one of the better lines. I mean, that's what was crazy. It was yeah, I give the nod to the defensive line versus that offensive line, but they're still one of the
Yeah,
better offensive lines in the league. It's not like they were
that's
still
probably
really.
that's a good old line. They just didn't have it that
And it
day,
was just
man.
they just got
So
crushed. They got
I'm
crushed,
just
man.
let's look. It's time to like end that discussion. As of right now, we can't. Brady's one. He's two. You can't. We can't debate it no more right now. We down the line his
No,
rest of his career, but right now
there's plenty
it's
of opportunity. I mean, when you consider the fact that the Chiefs are the 12th youngest team in the NFL currently, there's definitely still room for Pat Mahomes to be in the conversation for the greatest of all time. Yeah, he's definitely number two in my mind. Had he had got this third one, he really probably
we
would be
could talk
stepping.
about
Oh,
we
we
could
could
talk
talk about
about
him
that for
stepping over to go. He was the golden waiting going into that game, losing. He's he's still in waiting, but it's not a conversation we can have today, tomorrow, going into next year. It's something
hmm
that is going to take a couple more years of winning. Because let's be real, in the AFC, and this is unfortunate for me as a Chargers fan, the AFC still has to go through the Chiefs. It
Yep,
still goes to the Chiefs. As long
facts.
as Pat Mahomes is healthy and Big Red is coaching, um, it has to go to the Chiefs. And even still, even though we haven't seen Pat Mahomes without Big Red, he's so great in my mind. He's on the precipice of being a legendary quarterback because
hmm
there's tiers to this. There's legendary, there's elite, there's great, there's good, average,
And
and
there's
works its way
go
down.
put the fries in the bag.
Put the rise of the bag exactly. So with them still being young, uh, and then they got a rookie that's the fastest receiver in the league. Pacheco was hurt this year. Who he's up there as far as running backs. I think he's probably
I
top,
told y'all,
maybe top 10. He's definitely
Rasheed
top
Rice
five.
next year is gonna come out on.
Rasheed Rice was
Hey,
hurt. So
hey,
not to make excuses for the Chiefs because the Chiefs were
man,
outmatched.
you can't give them excuse. They
You
just
can't
got
get no
dealt the
excuses.
ass. It's just what
They
it
did,
is.
and so
It happens. It happens. We didn't expect it to
mhm.
happen, but it does happen. Like during a regular season, potentially early playoffs game, maybe so. But in the bowl, I ain't gonna lie. Like what my boy said, Brady would never. I, hey, hey,
It's yeah. So and then to see the Houston's own Jalen Hurts get the Finals MVP, I hope he finally gets respect that he deserves. He's a winner, man. He's a winner.
he outperformed Pat twice now.
Twice now. And the, and the fact that he's been the starter 4 years. This is his fifth year in the
Five.
league. 5 years.
Yeah.
He's been starting 5 years. I thought he was in
Yep.
the league five, but a starter four.
Nah, he's
Because I thought
five.
Carson was
Nah, five.
okay. So
Five, and he's five. He's been two. He has two. He has a ring now and two NFC championships in 5 years, and a Super Bowl MVP. It's time. I ain't gonna lie to you. Well,
yeah, you're right.
he jumps. He just jumped a lot. I look. I know. I said he wasn't top five the other day. I gotta get. I look. I said
Got
he
knock
was
him to
right
five.
there. He was right there on the cusp. I
Mm-hmm.
said he was on the cusp of it, but like you got to give it to him now because now he's in that same thing. He's 5 years in. He's still young, and that team is decently built out, and that GM knows what he's doing.
Clearly,
Obviously, you can see it. He done made the moves to do it. So it's like it's a chance he keeps going. My thing is with him, if Jalen, yeah, they're gonna have the run game because obviously this line is still young, decently. I think it's like mid age in
Hmm.
like the way, but
Hmm.
like he keeps developing as a more of a decision maker and playmaker like he's doing. But like in this case, he was making throws, bro. Like the one of Devontae for a touchdown probably was one of the most best throws I've seen him
Man,
do,
it
and
was
that
a
was on a
dime.
money. He if that starts to be more consistent, in my opinion, throughout the next few years for him, I ain't gonna lie to you. You gotta have to. We gonna have to. The conversation is gonna be he gotta boost him up some because like right now, Mahomes couple, Jalen got him. Yeah, we got Lamar, you got Josh, you got Joe, but like shit, that boy just went and got him one.
Yeah, and if you want to talk about it, so on the offensive side, just to prove your point, on the offensive side, Lane Johnson is the oldest player on the team at 34 years old. The next oldest players is Dallas Goddard at 30. He's 7 years in the league. Everyone else has 7 years, so 12 years for Lane Johnson, who's been in the league forever, obviously. And then the next people down as far as experience goes, 7 years in the league. Then there's six, five, four, threes, twos and ones,
You see what I'm saying?
plethora of
That's
rookies.
still a young team, bro. And
Young,
the G, like you
yeah,
said, the GM has made very much good
and
draft
he wins.
moves, good
The Eagles are the
trades.
winningest team if we look at it on the record books since 2000 with this GM, and that was when Andy Reid was there. They have the most playoff wins than any other organization since
That's
2000.
tough. I ain't
That's
know that.
25 years
That's a
of
lot. That's tough.
being successful, and they haven't made it to the playoffs every single year, but to still over a 2.5 decade span to have the highest the amount of wins is great. So that GM really knows what he's
Hmm.
doing. Even on the defensive side, they have two
Somebody,
guys. They
somebody
have
made a quote to me.
what's that?
This GM more like he's the Sam Presti of the NFL.
Oh, that's a bar.
I
That's
had
a
to
bar.
when I bro my boy said that mug and then I had when you really look at it, it's true.
Mhm.
He's doing what Sam Presti did with OKC. He is building through the draft and small trades here and there, and look what
Yep,
they got. Like
and
that,
good pickup, good creative
good
pickups.
pickups, and
Yeah,
they're like you said, young. Because
young.
this might be look, Landon Johnson might now he might just say, look, I can retire out now. Look,
He's done, and then
that's two of them.
my former Wolverine, Brandon Graham, 15 years in the league, and then Slay's 12 years in the league. They're the two oldest people
On
on the
defense.
defensive side by
And Slay
7 years.
and Slay wants to come back, and even that he coming back. They might get him on a discount because now he knows he's like, I got me one. So if he want to ride out on the high, cool. But I'm pretty sure he'll take a lower cut to come in and probably, like they said, I think they moved. Slay was playing in the slot, which he normally doesn't do,
Hmm.
and he's older age, but like he was in the slot. So just imagine let him come back another year and fully help develop the young core that they have. She, like I
Yeah,
said, they gonna be.
NFC's
They
tough.
just,
NFC's got.
they just gotta worry about. They just gotta worry about that young boy over there in Washington. If they can keep developing the way they developing, if they
Oh
keep
yeah,
developing that team, we're gonna be talking about them too
it's
in
gonna
the
be a problem if they
NFC.
find a way to get Miles Garrett. It's gonna be an issue if they find a way to get Miles Garrett. Um, and to be real, unlike the AFC where we say they have to go through the Chiefs, and I'm gonna say that until someone consecutively beats the Chiefs out, it goes to the Chiefs.
Yeah,
On the NFC side, you got four teams I want to call out right now. The Vikings are going to get their quarterback. We'll see what what
let's see
my
what JJ
Wolverine
does.
is what JJ is going to be, and I think he's going to be legit, not just because he's a Wolverine. Like what he showed throughout his college year, he showed
He
progression. He's a
showed some
winner,
stuff before he got hurt.
and he
So we'll
showed some
see.
stuff where he got hurt. Absolutely, and think about it. Sam Darnold had a hell of a year, and they were already calling JJ to be the starter.
Yep.
And look at the year Sam Darnold had. This is the best year he had in his career.
Yeah.
Who's also still young. He's younger than Burrow
He needed fresh air, bro. That's all it
for
was.
sure. And then so then we have Washington, who's up and coming, and look at how they turned out. No
They
one
get
saw them being what. No
they
one saw
have
what
the
Minnesota
coach.
was, and
The
no one saw
GM's
what them.
moving. The GM's making good moves. They got the right coach to fit them. All they
Yep,
need is a few more pieces. Because Jaden is
absolutely.
Jaden showed
He's
he's
like
that.
that. So he might have a
He's
little. Hopefully, he doesn't have a fall off. I don't think. Actually, I'm gonna take that back. I don't think he's gonna have a fallout at all. I think the reason CJ Stroud had a fallout this year is because the Shanahan tree is not as great. The Kyle Shanahan tree is not as great as everyone talks about. I think it's a stale offense. I think it's based on the players and personnel, and they make
Mm-hmm.
no adjustments. There's a reason Kyle Shanahan has lost 3 Super Bowls with a lead in the second half, whether as a head coach or as a offensive coordinator, because he doesn't make adjustments. Don't get me started on the Shanahan tree, right? Because I'll go crazy. I
Look,
want to get this
we gonna
point
come
out.
back to that. We
I will
gonna come
come
back
back
to
to,
that. No, so we got that
but
lined up. That
so
could be
that and
that's
then
gonna be next one
yeah, and
because
then
we
I
got the
think the
off season.
Lions,
So
yeah, for sure, and I think the Lions are going to be healthy. That's still a
yeah,
team to
they
beat.
get healthy.
They
That's
get
still a
healthy, they're a
team.
problem. So you have 4 teams, and then we have the Eagles, the defending champ. We got to give them respect. They're on the throne.
Yeah, you got to.
They earn even if the way that they played, even if the Detroit Lions were healthy and they were to make it to the conference final,
It'd have
I
been a
think
lot
the
better
Eagles still
game,
beat
but I
them.
think it's still Eagles still take
I think
over
the
that.
still
Like
Eagles
it's
still
still
get to the Super Bowl, just the way they were playing. They almost
yeah.
did get
So
popped against the Packers, but but it's like once that happened, I think that was that first like playoff jitter situation where
yeah,
they.
it is
So
what it is. You got to
and
get
then we're going
right.
against a good team. You got to remember that that's an 11-win team as well. So
Yeah, you got to get
the
right.
NFC North is a problem. It's
Yeah,
it's
and
it's
so
the
it's gonna
hardest
be
division in my opinion.
right now you got to go. It's the last you got to go through Philly,
Hmm.
and that's what it is. I think the 49ers are possibly going to rebuild because from what it sounds like is Debo wants out. So, but that's all we can talk about that in like off season top with all that
Yeah,
stuff. But
yeah,
you're right,
yeah.
it's still solid. But right now it goes to them,
It
and
goes to them.
they got what it is right now. So it's gonna be hard to see. But
Yeah, especially going to
yeah,
the
man,
future.
that's
That was a
just
good call out on the age because I thought they were a little older until I looked
man.
at it. I was like, man, they only got 3
Yeah,
guys
they
with
were
a
saying
decade
that
of experience.
that's what I was catching. They was like, man, they realized their oldest players are really just old. Everybody else is
And Brandon Graham,
mildly young.
I think he's gonna bow out this year.
Oh yeah, he
I
got
think
what he want
he's got to
now.
win it. Yeah, so
He got
my
what he want.
Wolverine,
15 years, bro. Like
yeah,
15 years. I'm pretty sure I think Brandon he's got a few all defensives. I'm not sure he got like a defensive player of the year type of award, but I know he's been on probably potentially a couple all defensive teams, a couple Pro Bowls.
yep.
Like all you needed was a
Two
ring.
two 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 rings because he's been a
Oh, you
Philadelphia. He's
done.
been an Eagle. He's been an
Oh
Eagle
yeah,
his
he got
entire
with the other one.
career.
Oh man, you can go. You might as hey right on the sunset, bro.
Yeah,
Right on the sunset. You might as well do it now. This the perfect time to do it, bro. Right on the sunset.
yeah, man. So he's first round pick was a 13th pick in the first round back in 2010. So
Yeah,
he's had a
he
hell of a career
man. Two
as it
rings,
is.
retire. Go ahead
2
and
rings
ride out,
is a
bro.
wrap. So
It's 15 years. Right on your
yeah,
body.
yeah.
Look, that Epsom salt baths and all that stuff is not helping you no more, bro.
No.
Go ahead and ride out, bro. Go
You
ahead
just
and
can't
ride
stand to
out.
see those Wolverines win nothing. That's what it is. That's what
It ain't
college
nah.
fans.
It has nothing to do with that. He can ride out, bro. Like 15 years, bro. You got two, and you got two in the last like what 5 years. Man,
Yep.
you might as well go ahead and ride out, bro. Like there's nothing more for you to do, bro. I'm sure you tired of two a days. I'm sure you tired of getting in shape, all this stuff. 15 years in the pros. We ain't including the college days, and
Mhm.
man, go ahead and ride.
Go
Just
ahead,
like
ride
Landon
out.
Johnson, bro. Like you 12 years. I'm pretty sure you got 2, 3 more in you. But if you want to go out, you can go.
And offensive linemen take last forever. I mean, Jason Kelce was in the league he was playing still at an elite level at center till the end of
18,
his
19. That's
18,
what I'm
19
saying.
year. Yeah,
But it's just if he wanted to, he's
they get
played at
called
an
out.
all
Yeah,
pro level for so long. You got two of them. If you wanted to say, you know what, I'm gonna ride out, bro. I wouldn't blame you. Like, go ahead, bro. Like, go ahead. But no, this
yeah.
milk that,
Lane.
milk that
Oof,
ass.
Lane is he did his thing. So I mean,
Yeah, so
it was like I said, it was a complete
complete
domination,
game plan, complete
complete on
everything.
both sides. Yeah.
Everything was
So
complete.
other than the running game, which you talked about, the great tacklers. Even if you get past that first line of defense, those guys, the second line tackle really well.
Gap
Don't really give a
assignment,
lot
bro.
of space. Great
They
gap
did gap
assignment.
assignment. If you've seen it, they played great gap assignment. And then when when you did make first contact, that's the rest of them was there. So even if Saquon did get through,
Hmm.
he was tackled immediately.
He
He was
was.
like you wasn't able to shift, start like we seen him break one tackle, have enough time to shift gears. Next thing you know, Saquon out of there. No, he had one decently big run, and then but it still was like they played that perfection. Like I said, the man that won the game is the Super Bowl MVP. And that was Jalen. Every time they try to do that, he had a counter.
Yep.
And it is what it is. Like,
And other things that went uh, went the way that we kind of thought. I mean, my bets last night, they were okay. I did okay. I thought Travis Kelsey was going to get my dang 5 receptions. He did get 7 targets, so the opportunity was there. He got 4 catches for out
He
of
didn't
7
drop them
targets.
other two. You'd have had it.
He dropped. One of the other two I'd have had it. We called the D Hop touchdown. That was a great
Yep.
call.
One on one.
Xavier Worthy get his.
Exactly. Yeah, Worthy had two. Worthy
Yeah,
had
so
Worthy
Bill,
had two for like
I
two
got my
hundred,
Jalen
almost two
Hurts.
hundred.
I got my Jalen Hurts tutty. I was kind of scared of the. I wanted to take Smitty for a touchdown, but I took him for his yards. He got that,
Yeah,
especially
he
after
got
that
that
40
in.
yarder.
Hey man, shout out to Smitty, man. He accomplished something. He accomplished. He just nah, man. He accomplished something great. You didn't see that there was in the history of the NFL. In history of the NFL for the Super Bowl, nobody from Alabama drafted had ever scored in the Super Bowl.
Oh wow!
Smitty, yeah,
Well,
Smitty is the
congratulations
first.
to the
He's
last.
the first ever to do it.
Yeah, congratulations to the last wide receiver Heisman winner in the last I don't know what 20
Yeah, and
years
they said it.
plus.
He's one of the only players in the NFL also to win a national championship, Heisman Trophy, and a Super Bowl.
Word. Well,
So hey man,
congratulations to Smitty.
shout
He
out to
balled
Smitty.
out, man.
Shout out to
Four
Smitty.
receptions for 69 yards, giggity,
But I thought it was
and
funny.
a
I thought
tutty.
it was funny when I seen that though, and they were like, "Yeah, no Alabama player has like scored in a national championship," and you start realizing like, dang, they had some talent come through, and they didn't score a national a touchdown in the national championship. Is
Super
wild.
Bowl. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, he balled out 5 targets, 4 receptions, 69 yards, like I said, and a tutty. A long 46 yard was his longest, which was for the touchdown, which was
Yep.
a dime, and it was a masterclass for sure. Now Sirianni is not on the hot seat anymore, but we know how Philadelphia is. Doug Peterson won, and then what was it? 2 years later, he was let go.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that man to this day, if he goes to Philadelphia, he's not buying a beer.
Yeah.
People are paying for his beers. So now Sirianni's in that
He's
space where
he's in the
anywhere
upper
he goes, he's
echelon.
not paying for a meal, a beer anywhere.
Yeah, and that, like I said, that team is also still young enough for them to have chances to do it again. So like, hey man, we gonna see what happens though. Like I ain't like it's gonna be interesting off season moves for everybody, especially see what them do. But like I said, we can talk on that when we get to the off season topics and stuff like that on a different episode though for sure.
For sure. So I think unless you have something you would like to elaborate on, I think we can end it here. Thanks for tuning in. Um, we are gonna record the NBA All Star episode on Friday. Maybe hopefully get that out. It'll either come out Friday or Saturday, so look forward to that. That's going to be our next episode. It's going to be about the All Star break. Talk about the new format, um, how we feel about it, the different events for the weekend, and then we will talk about the game, the different teams, who we think are going to come out of that, and look forward to that because basketball is my favorite sport. So I love talking ball in general, but basketball, man, that's where it's at for me.
And in the words of my homie Brady would never.
Brady would never. That's it. Thanks for tuning in to Ignorant Takes. We will see you
We out
later
this
this
thing.
week.
Belt
Peace.
ass.